Happy dance time because the bookshelves are back. So I'm sure that you guys are pretty excited about having a bookshelf backdrop again. I am really excited about having a bookshelf again for a backdrop and just in general. So I was really excited about filming today, so I guess let's get started. So as some of you might remember, I did not have a June wrap-up because I did not read anything in June. That's a lie, I read a Spider-Man comic, but otherwise I read nothing, and I read the Spider-Man comic actually at the end of May. I just read it after my May wrap-up video went up. So I kind of tried to compensate this month. Also, Booktubeathon was this month, which really helped with that as well. But I read a total of 10 things in July. I am super happy with myself about that. I am now back on track for my reading goal for the year, which is so exciting. So the first thing that I read in July I actually borrowed, so I don't own a copy. I will try to find a picture of the cover and like insert it somewhere on the screen. Or I won't, and you'll just see my hands doing things. I read Trouble by Non Pratt. One, I love this cover, so I do hope that I can find a way to insert the picture on the screen for you. And otherwise, this book was great. This book is about a girl who finds out that she is pregnant. You as a reader do not know who the father is. She knows, but she's not telling anyone, and therefore you do not know. It is told in multiple narrations from her perspective and another boy's perspective. This other boy, however, is not the father. He is just a new person in town who is looking for a friend. And as it turns out, when you're 15 and you find out you're pregnant, your friends start dropping like flies. So Hannah, the female main character, kind of also really needs a friend. And Aaron, the male main character, kind of becomes her friend, and they decide to pretend that Aaron is the baby daddy. I really liked it. It was very unique in its writing and just its plot line. Like, this book was not about a romance. It was not about two teenagers who are misfits and find each other and fall in love and everything's wonderful. It was literally about real life and how, like, oh, it was just, I really liked it. I think I gave this book a 4 out of 5. Yes, I really liked it, and it took me out of a huge reading slump, so I feel like a little piece of my heart goes out to that book. The second book that I read in July is a book that I forgot to haul in my birthday haul. I will put it in my July haul, but it was a birthday present that I received. I don't know why I forgot to put it in my birthday book haul. And that is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This book is like a treasure. It's so good. I can't even really describe to you what this book is about. I'll try. It's about a boy whose mother is dying of cancer, and he is having a really hard time with it. And then in the middle of the night, one night, a monster shows up at his room and kind of takes him through all of these trials and tribulations that he's going through due to his mom. That's pretty much all I can really tell you without ruining anything, except for to tell you that this book was easily a 5 out of 5. The artwork is fabulous. How do I even, like, sometimes the pages just have like stuff like this on the side of them, and sometimes it's like a full piece page of artwork. It's so good. This book is just fabulous. This was my first Patrick Ness book. I know, booktube shame. But I feel like I want to read every Patrick Ness book now because this book was just so amazing. As you can see, maybe you can't, the lighting's kind of, can you? Maybe? They're yellow, so it's hard to see. But I tabbed this book a lot. I really liked it. July was the month of all the comic reading, all the graphic novels. I was like, graphic novel? Me. Graphic novel? Me. Graphic novel? Yep, come home with me. So be prepared for all the graphic novels. The third book that I read in July is Teen Titans Volume 1, It's Our Right to Fight. This is the New 52. I really like that DC came out with the New 52. It gives everybody the option of reading a storyline from the beginning, like having a whole storyline to read. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who want to read graphic novels, but they want to read them in some kind of order, and DC honestly made it so easy for those people. Just awesome work, DC. Anyways, this graphic novel, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I did really like it. It's just, I have to remember that they're teenagers, like the superheroes are teenagers, and also that like this was an introductory graphic novel. Like, this was like, here's all of these characters, I'm going to introduce you to them and explain to you what they're like, and from here on out it'll be crazy, action-packed, etc. That being said, I like really like Red Robin and Kid Flash, like a lot. I would highly recommend it to people who are superhero fans though, because I did really like it, and they're all kind of new superheroes to me personally, so yes. Third book in July. The 4th, 5th, and 6th books that I read in July are Saga Volume 1, Saga Volume 2, and Saga Volume 3. I adored these graphic novels. So good, guys. So good. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. All 3 of them got 5 out of 5. I am so excited for the 4th volume, and I believe the 4th volume is the last volume too, but I'm just so excited. The way it's written is amazing. There's like a narrator and also regular comic book plotline, and it's so good. That being said, this is definitely rated M for mature. There is lots of sexual content in this, and lots of just very graphic content, so if you're a youngin', maybe not. Maybe just wait till you're like ready, but otherwise, yes. Please, so good. So good. The 7th book that I read this month is another graphic novel, and that is Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. I have been waiting for this book for so long, you guys have no idea. Scott Pilgrim is one of my favorite series of all time, and I adored this book. I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. It wasn't Scott Pilgrim, but it was 100% still super fabulous. It's about a girl named Katie who's in her mid-20s she wants to be a restaurant owner. She currently works at one of the most famous restaurants in her town, and she like manages the restaurant, but she doesn't wholeheartedly own it. She owns part of it. Her and 6 other people own it. But she wants to own her own restaurant, so she's trying to buy property and own her own restaurant. That's what happens when you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, guys. No job is worth getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning for. So she wants to own her own restaurant, so she buys her own like property with this other, anyways. And what ends up happening is there's a spirit in Seconds, which is the restaurant that she currently owns part of with 6 other people. And that spirit kind of leads her on a journey, and she starts to find out that she can relive the past. So she can do a specific thing and go back into the past and rewrite a single day in her life. But as it turns out, when you do that multiple times, all of history kind of starts to rewrite itself, and she runs into a lot of problems because of that. I loved this. I would highly recommend it. The 8th thing that I read this month is another graphic novel, and that is Sex Criminals by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. I hope I did that right. But oh my god, guys, this is one of the most original graphic novels that I've ever read. And reading this right after I read Saga, it just made me like feel all of the graphic novel love. It was just, oh my god. Okay, so it's not really like what it sounds like. It is about these people, again, M for mature, very much so M. This one is like 100% M for mature, 100%. It's about this girl who finds out that when she has sex, she stops time. So anytime she has sex with someone, time stops, and she's kind of awake and walking around, and everyone else is just frozen in time. And then, partway through her life, after realizing that, she has sex with this guy, and when time would normally stop, and I mean time does stop, and normally she can like say whatever she wants after that or whatever because the other person's frozen in time and can't hear anything or do anything. This guy is also awake, and they kind of freak out, and they realize that 1, they're not alone in the whole having sex and having time stop thing, and 2, oh my god, they can live normal lives with each other. And then they realize that if they can both walk around after having sex and everyone else is frozen and time is stopped, they can do kind of crazy things, like rob banks. So the whole plotline of this book is that they have sex, stop time, and rob banks. It's so good. It's so good. It's so well written. Oh my god. Loved it. I gave this, I think I give it 4 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5. Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't love the artistry as much as I loved the artistry in Saga. That being said, that doesn't mean the artistry in this is not amazing. It just means that the artistry in Saga is so far up in the wonderfulness realm of artistry that it was just hard to compete because I read this right afterwards. That being said, I would still highly recommend it. It is amazing. Yes. And the 9th book that I read in July was We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. Josh is a YouTuber. I will leave his channel linked down below. This is a nonfiction true story about his life growing up and all of the girls that he liked and or tried to date and failed with. And it's kind of about why and how he failed and the lessons that he learned throughout it. It is so good. Oh my god, guys. If you didn't know this was a nonfiction, you would just think it was a teen contemporary. It is so well written. This book was so poignant. It was just so well written. It honestly, it just, yes. Charisma almost just like breathes off the pages. It's so good. I gave this book 5 out of 5, obviously. It is the first nonfiction book that I've read this year. I think it's the first nonfiction book that I've read in a long time. And I have already ordered Josh Sundquist's other nonfiction book because if it's written anything like this one is, it's gonna be fabulous. This book I got as an ARC at BookCon. Unfortunately, this book does not come out until December, but I'm sure that you can pre-order it from anywhere. I don't know. But it's amazing. I loved it. I'm gonna film a review for it to post in December for you guys. So good. So, so good. And final thing that I read in July is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. This was amazing. Outstanding. Just, yes. So, so, so good. I also saw the movie. That being said, just so you know, the movie is not based off of, like, it is based off of this comic series, but it's not specifically based off of this, like, linear line, I don't know, this line of the Guardians of the Galaxy story. This is the new Marvel Now Volume 1. I really, really liked this story. So yes, I would highly recommend this. Just so you know, it will spoil a few things in the movie though, so I don't think it really matters whether you read the book first or see the movie first in this particular case, but I loved this. The characters are amazing. I love them all. So good. Iron Man is also in this comic. It's just so good. 5 out of 5. Excellent. Wonderful. Loved it. Great reading month. Not including Trouble by Non Pratt. These are all of the books that I read in July. I am super, super happy with my reading month in July. What did you guys read in July? Also, if you have read any of these or if you want to read any of them, please comment down below and let me know. And otherwise, I will see you guys very soon with another video, and I hope you're having a wonderful beginning of August. Happy reading! Bye!